What's going on, guys? It's GBP baby. Welcome back to another video. We finally made it to the end of the week, TGI Friday, and well, tomorrow, and we have non-farm payroll, our favorite time. We're here on the daily. You can see that a fair value gap has been created on the daily on Wednesday, which I didn't even realize, a daily fair value gap. So let me just get that delineated. I didn't know that was there because I didn't look at the daily in yesterday's video. But yeah, hopefully you've watched yesterday's video. If not, do go check it out. We've had an ugly day today, just as anticipated. Remember, I always preach, make sure you have your trading on non-farm payroll weeks done by Wednesday afternoon, and the reason for that is because of days like this, and we'll see when we go down to the low time frame how ugly days like this are. Now, if you've watched yesterday's video, you'll know that based off some macro analysis that I've done outside of this video, I have a certain bias on dollar on the back of non-farm payroll. Now, I'm not going to predict non-farm payroll, guys. I don't like doing that, but as far as I'm concerned, but there are certain targets which I would like to see get taken. But yeah, there's not really much for me to say just because today was so ugly. But nonetheless, we know that non-farm payroll can be very manipulative in terms of it doing I think someone actually commented, double-sided sword, in terms of when it whips one way and then whips the other way very fast. We might see that happening. So this fair value gap, which I marked out in yesterday's video, which I can actually technically move down to here now, just because there's no downside delivery in this range. It's very possible that price may still want to try and trade down into it. What I've seen on some non-farm payrolls is price will move very quickly in the early hours. So we might wake up in London session and we'll see price moving really quickly to a certain level, and then later on it'll do its thing, obviously. So that's something to look out for. Don't be surprised, as in like I wouldn't be surprised if London session was really aggressively trading lower, or trading in one direction. But like if it was really aggressively trading lower in London, it wouldn't surprise me at all. And if it's going to do that, it wouldn't surprise me if it was to hit this fair value gap, because I see this as quite a clean target, especially with it being on the daily. Remember these two red lines, and then on the 4 hour as well. Now let's assume that this stays left open and we don't rush very quickly in the London session. Then on the back of non-farm payroll, again, it wouldn't surprise me if we saw price wick down here and then wick the other way or something. So that's just something to take into account. Like I said, I'm not going to try and predict it. There's no point. But here's the hourly. So very interesting price action. This is what I mean. Anyone that was trading in this, God bless you. I've been active in the Discord today, by the way. So do join the Discord, guys. It's getting a little bit more active than usual, and I should be in the chart. Well, no, I will be in the charts during non-farm payroll. So I might even do a live stream depending on how we're feeling. So yeah, keep an eye out, turn post notifications on. But yeah, as you can see, we traded higher very, very sloppily, and then just recently we've kind of broken down a little bit. So I'm not going to say much off the back of that. But you know, my target is up here. I've still got my eyes set up here, and this fair value gap I've also got my eyes set on. These are the two things I've got my eyes set on. But overall, my bias is bullish. But you know, it really is what it is. And then hopefully, after non-farm payroll, we can finally start to get some expansion, because we've been stuck in this consolidation for a very long time. It'll be nice to actually see some movement moving into the new weeks of September. So yeah, I'll be keeping close eye on that. So that's going to be everything on dollar pretty much. I don't really want to get involved again. I just want to show you guys how disgusting this price action is. Look at this. Look at this. This has got more chops than my butchers. This is insane. Anyone that's trading in this, yeah, good on you, because it's a little bit much. You'll notice that I have marked this high out though, and that's because it's a breaker, low, high, lower, low, and we've traded higher, so I just marked that out. But again, I wouldn't be surprised if that got completely disrespected on the back of the early hours. It'd be nice to see if we do get down here in London. That would be really nice for me, but I guess we'll see. So let's head on to GBP USD, and we'll start here on the daily as well. Now GBP, not going to lie, is looking a little bit cleaner than the other pairs, considering we have a fair value gap on the daily here as well, which I hadn't drawn our attention to. And you can see we just about tapped above it. Well, you'll see that this is actually 25% level off this 4 hour fair value gap, which is something else I want to talk about. But there we go. Let's go down to the 4 hour, and you can see how we tapped that 25% level off this fair value gap, which I draw our attention to. And yeah, price has just been pretty consolidated as per usual. But again, same as what I was saying on dollar. I wouldn't be surprised if price rallied slightly, especially with these relative equal highs. They look delicious. I wouldn't be surprised if price rallied above it, whether it's during London, whether it's on the back of non-farm payroll, or whether it doesn't happen at all. I don't know, but I'm saying I wouldn't be surprised if it did that. But overall, I still got my eyes on the sell side, ideally, especially with the kind of displacement we had so early on in the week on the Tuesday as well. But you can only ask. And then and then all of this again, consolidation. It's just not ideal, but classic for a Thursday before non-farm payroll. Classic for the manipulation. It's just classic in general. So, but like I said, I reckon early hours. Oh, and we've got high impact news on pound. That's what it's taken into account. I reckon early hours we're going to see a lot of movement very fast. I'm calling fast movement, early hours, London session. Price is going to run to a certain level, and it's going to do it aggressively, quickly. And I think it's going to put a lot of false hope into some people that were going in a certain direction on the back of non-farm payroll as well. But you know, and don't get me wrong, there's also times when non-farm payroll does nothing, as in it'll whip both sides, but then it'll just go back to what we call equilibrium, and then it'll just consolidate right through to say Monday, and then Monday will be the expansion. So that's another possibility. We might find that we don't actually leave the range that we've created. We might not even touch the sell side liquidity pool. We might not even touch up here. We just whip, and then price just consolidates right into Monday, and then Monday we have some crazy runnings. You know, there's so many different ways it can deliver, and we just need to be wary of that. So that's everything on GBP. We'll go to the 5 minute just to appreciate the ugliness here as well. Ugh. Look at that. Wow. It's just fascinating to me. And then finally we're going to finish up on EUR USD, which is even worse. Look at this, guys. Honestly, it genuinely makes me laugh, because what the hell? Excuse me for French. What in the world? If anyone thinks I'm looking at this like, yeah, I know what's going on, I do not. I promise you, I do not. Although I wouldn't be surprised if they're engineering in liquidity. So you see all these highs here. All of this, I wouldn't be surprised if they're just, you know, engineering in some buy side liquidity to be yapped up. Again, that would these are Asian ranges, by the way. That would what's the word? Permit price to rally above there. So I wouldn't be surprised again. Fast movements in the early hours, running above these relative equal highs look way too smooth to be left. Either London's going to eat it up, either London's going to gobble that up fast, or non-farm payroll will do it on the back of the wicks that it creates. It's going to be one or the other, I reckon. But yeah, not really much to say. I'll talk about these Asian ranges maybe on Sunday. But if you've watched my Asian range videos, you'll know why they're marked out. So do check that video out. And then, yeah, daily, there's a small fair value up here, but I'd like to see that left open, in all honesty. Especially the way we've just traded to 50% of this. Oh no, we haven't even traded to that yet. But I'd like to see that left open, this gap up there. So that's another thing to take into consideration. But that's going to be everything, guys. I hope you found this insightful. Like I said, I'll see if I can go live tomorrow at 1 p.m. It would be nice to. I haven't done a live in a while. So don't forget to drop a like, drop a comment, smash subscribe, join the mailing list, join the membership, join the Discord. All the links are in the description. And I'll catch you guys on Sunday or tomorrow if you're lucky. Peace.